Hey guys, it's Lex, and first off, I kind of want to give a shout out. Just kidding. Not like just kidding about the shout out, but kidding about all of this, because that's not me. I don't do things like that. But first off, I wanted to tell you guys about this channel, ANG Band. They are lovely girls and they sing, and I absolutely adore them. So I'll put their description in, a little linky box down there, and you can check them out because I like them and I think you should like them too. So do that. But anyway, back to my stuff. Sounds kind of mean. like they weren't important. They are definitely important. Check them out. But I'm just, flipping the story from that to this. Okay, so this week I did Behind the Wheel for the first time. I mean, I guess most time you only take it once, but for some people who take it a million times because they suck at driving. I took Behind the Wheel, and it went pretty well, I think, with maybe one bump along the road. You get it. Behind the wheel, bump on the road. Look at me, I'm good. But yeah, anyway, I took Behind the Wheel, and I was completely nervous at first. Like, I was walking down, like, the little road to get there because you can't drive in. So I had to walk down there, and I didn't know where to go or who to talk to. And I got there, and people were, like, driving around in cars, like, on the range that they had set up for, like, driving. And I thought, am I late? And then I noticed the time. It's like, no, I'm freaking 30 minutes early. And so I walk over to people, and, like, I get there halfway, and they're like, go sit down, and we'll get to you in a minute. So I go sit down, I sit there, and I'm watching everybody, like, drive by, and they're looking at me like I'm some kind of a foreign animal, like I've never seen a human being before in their life. And so I'm just sitting there awkwardly watching the cars and them watching me. It was really weird. And I noticed there were no adults in the car. And I'm just like, are we all gonna have to, like, drive together? Like, no adults guiding us? Like, where aren't the adults in the car? I was nervous. But then I found out that some of the kids are, like, student aides, like, older people who already had their license. And, oh, thank God he stopped mowing the lawn because that was annoying. But the people who had their driver's license, and they were just gonna help us out so we wouldn't, like, have that older person who was like, do this and do that, and I'm dying because I'm old, which was good for me. Like, I get in the car, and I think I'm alone, but there's this guy that comes and he gets in the car with us. I guess he's, like, our car partner, and we have to, like, switch off driving when we're driving. Sorry about my nails. I know one of them is painted and the other one isn't, but I had a headache and the smell was just getting to me. So I just gave up on it, and I was like, let me make a video instead. Let these dry, and then I'll do the other hand when my headache goes away. But anyway, yeah, about the guy. There was this guy, and he gets in the car with us, and I don't know, for some reason I could just tell that he was going to be one of those guys that say a lot of things that they just shouldn't say. Like, what they say is going to be really, like, irrelevant and dumb to everything. And he didn't say anything at first because I think it was, like, the first day, he was just getting to know everybody, but I feel like it was going to get worse as, the week went on. And I was right, it did. But yeah, that was my partner. But my student aide, she was really cool. Her name was Ashley, and she was funny. She reminded me of my sister, and we had a lot of laughs and good times while we were in the car. It was fun. The only thing that I had a problem with was, like, on the third day. The third day, we did, like, defensive driving and, like, my hand's cracked. Defensive driving in, like, extreme situations where you have to brake or go off the road or swerve around things, and I sucked at that. That was the only thing that I, like, sucked at, was going that fast and just all of that. Like, I was not prepared for it at all. I hit every cone. There was one point where I hit every single cone, and I just didn't stop. I looked behind me at the other kid who was in the car, and I was just like, I'm sorry I suck. And, like, he had to say, he's like, oh my God, she sucks. And I was like, I know. And there was one point where they put like a cardboard over my face so I couldn't see what was happening until, you know, like it was like a surprise on your face, and I was like, ah, and I hit all the cones. And the people who were like getting up, like picking up the cones were looking at me like, what is her problem? Why is she hitting all the cones? And I'm just like, I'm new at this. I wasn't meant to get in accidents. And I was just all upset because I sucked at it. Oh my gosh, but that was the only thing I was bad at. And towards the end, I was just, you know, A+ student, other than, you know, the extreme defensive driving. Other than that, I was great. Behind it was great. The week after the next, I'm doing road. I am terrified. But I think I'll do well because I went out on the road for the first time today and I actually wasn't bad. I just got really tired and didn't know my left from my right. So my mom was like, I think you need to stop driving now before you kill us. And I was like, okay, that's cool, whatever. Whatever floats your boat. So that was my week. Tell me about your week in the comments below. Ah. Okay, later potatoes. Bye.